All right, we are back from the break, ready to get the party to head on out. Let me go ahead and actually move all of you back to the
Oh,
entrance.
did we already get the panels off?
Yeah, you would have gotten the panels off and
Right.
gotten them back to camp.
Because I realised there's something Braxon forgot to do, but it's too late now.
You can mention it, or you can ask.
I I was going to say Braxton would say, "Wait, stop! There's something important I forgot to do," and then he'd take out his holy symbol and say, "Holy Patar, please allow us to get this beautiful artwork off the wall without any damage."
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Okay.
Who took the prism, by the way? All the objects? I don't know if we're right.
I would think you would have taken the prism since you
Alright,
opened
'cause
it and studied it.
I did not write on my character sheet, so I'm making sure that I'm the one that's holding it then.
Yeah,
What is
I
this?
meant
This
to
is
ask
kind
as
of.
well.
Solas would also have given the 2 gems he found where Braxon was paralyzed to you to study.
You can put
So
those into the party treasure for now, at least.
Yeah.
so I'm thinking with these panels, are we going to take them outside the cave complex or leave them just in the entrance?
We are taking them to camp.
Right.
Because you want to clean them.
So
Clean them, study them.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like we have to put them in the tents to protect them.
I mean,
Yes.
the Gravs have made some basic shelters too. So,
Right. Okay.
all right. So you get back to camp and begin getting to work on cleaning them. Does anyone have any items, magical or non-magical, that they think might help, or any spells that they think might help after a rest?
I don't think so.
Not me, no.
Just a second. I think Leva has 1 or 2, unless she's used them.
You're really quiet, Lev.
Better?
Yeah.
It helps having the microphone in front of the mouth, doesn't it? She does have 1 or 2 water spells that might help. I'd have to look it up what exactly they are.
Well, water is probably one of the culprits behind the issue. So.
Ord,
Mm-hmm.
would Braxton maybe be likely to know what brass rubbing was?
As a cleaning method?
No, as a method of seeing what's on the artwork.
You would, but the oxidation needs to be cleaned before because there's just too much.
Right, got you. Okay.
There'd be too much, like quote unquote interference.
Yeah, I'm not sure Braxton would have brought polish.
You'd have stuff for your armor, and that
Yeah.
might work. And that's what Ockar is thinking.
Yeah. Well, Ockar's the expert with armor. We should probably defer to him.
And Lafdul, because you're asking, the world name is Orvan.
What was the question again?
I'll type it in.
We're trying to figure out how to clean these panels without damaging them. And you've got skills in looking after armor.
I could do another armor check.
You've got stuff back at camp, and that's where you are now. That you think might help. I was just asking if anyone had anything else, item or magic-wise, that they think might also help.
I mean, I have oil slipperiness, but I'm rather
I'm not so sure that oil of slipperiness is going to be helpful.
I mean, it would loosen whatever's on there, but it wouldn't clean it, per se. If it's... no. I'll try
No,
the
I mean, if you
methods
don't have
first.
anything else, then it's just Ockar's method.
Yeah, I can just work at polishing it. As if I was polishing something made out of silver or something to get rid of the tarnishing.
I've just got like hinge oil and stuff, and that's probably not good enough.
That might help, actually.
Yeah, that might.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, alright. I'm gonna need to get replacement oil at some point.
Well, Leva has thin milky oil universal solvent, but it needs to be researched to find out what it actually does.
Let me see something.
Did you cast identify? Oh, was that what you got? The result was a universal solvent.
Yes. It's a large, thick, opaque glass jar filled with a thin, milky oil.
Well, Braxon's got tools for making bows and arrows with him. Would that help with cleaning out any of the little gaps? Like if you can make, well, I don't know, he's won't be making arrowheads, will he?
I think you would use mostly tools that you use for armor and weapon maintenance.
Yeah, your armor stuff is going to be the stuff that's going to help out.
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking about not damaging.
I got 2 flasks of metal oil. I put generic metal oil, but I assume that's what hinges and stuff.
That would work.
This'll
Yeah,
work.
that would work.
Yeah, that would help.
When we get to camp, I will cast 3 Cure Light Wounds. Since we are not going back today, so people can rest easily.
All right.
I have a...
First one is for Leva.
I have a cure modder, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but like me and my cure series,
Thank you.
Well, it's one more than you had.
Yes, for Leva that's very important.
One for Ockar, since he's pretty low. And Ockar is actually so low that I'm going to be using last one also on Ockar.
So, which one of those, the 4 or the 6 is for me?
Yeah, 4 and 6 is for you, and 1 was for Leva.
I will cast a cure modder on Ockar, considering he's most likely to be in the front row. So he gets another 8 from me.
And that was my healing spells for today.
It'd just be Finn if he had any, and obviously I would regenerate in a couple hours. Not a few hours.
Yeah, let me take a quick look at Finn. Yeah, I am not sure what spells he has, so...
I think he was mostly spent, if I remember what he said last time.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He said he was
He
mostly
only had
spent?
one. He only had one healing spell, as I remember, left.
Yeah, we don't know which one that is. That's the problem.
No.
I'm seeing a fair number, so...
Oh.
Lack of anything else? Let's see. Cure Light on... Actually, you know what? He is injured, so I'm just going to say that he casts them on himself to get fully healed.
Can you just... I was thinking
No.
you just wild shape or the heal.
No, I'm just going to say that he heals himself up.
I mean, it's better than not healing anyone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little hand wavy, but that way I don't need to keep a precise track of the spells, and I'll let him choose different spells for next time. All right.
Do Genva or Warden have healing spells?
Vordon, they're not going to have any for you because Vordon needs healing.
I mean, it's good if they heal themselves also.
Yeah, he has some healing spells, so I'm just going to say that he gets fully healed. It's easier that way. All right, so you guys can spend some time thinking about getting new spells, but otherwise, a lot of your time is going to be spent cleaning these things because it's going to take a lot of work. Leva, you'd mentioned the universal solvent that you had.
Mm-hmm.
It is a solvent. Solvents are good for cleaning. However, you would probably guess that this container is heavily concentrated. So you'd have to dilute it in some way. Well, you wouldn't have to, but based on the fact that you have alchemy, that's what you would surmise.
Yeah, okay. So she passes this on. She says, if you want, then we can make a little solution. And you try that. How much should we dilute? Those things normally 1 to 10 or even 1 to 20.
Yeah, since you're trying to clean this stuff rather than like completely dissolve away something, you'd probably want to dilute it pretty substantially.
So let's go with 1 to 50.
Okay.
We can always put a few more drops in it if we see that it doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the way that you would do it is in probably a clay container.
Clay.
Yeah.
I have clay jars.
Yeah.
Okay. How much do they hold in terms of...
We can make more clay jars.
They are basic clay jars.
Mhm.
So
Are they fired or are they just normal clay that dissolves in water?
They'd be fired. They would absolutely be
They
fired.
are fired. Yeah, I bought them from craftsman.
All right, so let's add some. If we can't do it properly, then let's add the water up to almost the top, and add a few drops of the solvent.
Okay, and the way you do that would just be pouring.
It's like 1/50.
No, it would be. Let's see. We have tools to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be using a spoon,
Okay.
let's say half a quote teaspoon, unquote,
Okay.
full of this solvent with a clay jar of water.
Okay.
Let's try that.
Your spoon dissolves in the universal solvent.
Ah, yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
anyone has a not spoon.
that's why you need to try to pour the few tip.
No. Pouring will mean that a lot of it gets down. Leva turns around to actually to Lafdul. Lafdul, don't you have a pipette? What do you call it in English?
I know what you mean. The only thing I've got is the sturgeon needle-like thing, which probably
Is that metal?
would work. No, it's biological.
Biological.
Organic.
Do you have something else that's organic so we could test it? You saw what happened to the spoon.
I've no idea. I probably have something but I use that when I apply my oil into things. I'd be a bit.
Otherwise, Solas, do you have two clay containers maybe?
Only one available.
Okay. So Levan takes out a glass vial that she has. So now that we're in camp, she can. And she dribbles a little bit of the solvent into that. And then she dribbles a little bit from the glass container into the water. How about that? Does that work?
Well, you try, and the glass dissolves.
Well, that's a very, very strong
I mean, it's universal.
Yes.
Which
Alright,
is why
that's-
you most likely will have to just try to pour a few drops.
Who has the most steady hand? Levan
What
looks around.
happens? What happens when it touches your hands?
I'm not talking about dribbling on my hand. I'm talking about dribbling it straight from the. But just a few. No. Lever turns around to the graphs and says, do you have a really fine control so you could lift out the solvent just slightly so a few drops would drop into the clay container?
They will, having seen what just happened, they're not going to have anything that they think is going to work.
No, but they can make it light, you see? They can lift it. Can they also do they have
Yeah,
fine
but
control?
they can't. They don't have such fine control that they could just like make drops of it light. It's like an all or nothing thing.
Okay. Let's see where the lever has.
Hang on. How about we just shave down a piece of wood so it's like a chopstick? Dip that in the solvent. If it doesn't dissolve it, then you can just use that as a transferring method. Just drops at a time.
So far, it's dissolved everything you've put in it.
Well, it is in a ceramic jar. It's in a ceramic jar. No, that's not it. That's not. Let me see. It's.
Braxton's got arrow making tools, so you might be able to cut down a few twigs for you.
Old.
Mhm.
There's an inconsistency. It's a large, thick, opaque glass jar filled with a thin, milky oil.
Mm-hmm.
If it is in a glass jar now, then it should not dissolve glass.
Unless the glass jar is magical.
Mm-hmm.
I cast the
Go ahead
magic.
and give me. Go ahead and give me a spellcraft check.
That would be hilarious if we got a magical jar that we've just not realised.
Yes, it would be a bit. Just a second, I need to switch to the character.
Have you not got like an extended description for that item?
What?
Because I usually, well...
And no,
right
the
in the
description
sphere
is a large, thick, opaque glass jar filled with a thin, milky oil.
Yes, and it says more research needed.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's not successful.
I will cast Detect Magic because I have it still memorized. And we weren't searching the other room, so...
Okay.
I will see if the jar itself's magical.
The jar itself is faintly magical when you concentrate on, like, blocking out the more powerful magic of the universal solvent.
Alright. I will also check the gems that Solas has got and the prism that I'm holding.
The gems are not magical. The prism is magical. You cannot tell anything about the type of magic that it is radiating.
Was there any other items? Because I need to start adding these items in because I haven't been adding them in. So, what were the 2 gems? Sorry, can I get that real quick? The ones I need to appraise that Solas found.
They are in the group chat in Discord from last session.
Yeah, I sent them during the session last week.
Yeah.
So real fast, can Lafdul give me a spellcraft check?
No.
Yeah. Since you just cast Detect Magic.
$14 is my skill, so 12.
Okay,
There were
so
the 2 gems as well.
yeah, it didn't actually roll for me, so I was not looking at it when you did. All right,
8.
so with the 8, you suspect that it's not so much that the jar is magic, but there is a magic treatment to it that will expire once all of the universal solvent is gone from the. And there goes the roll. Once the all the universal solvent is used up, you believe that whatever treatment is on the jar will also end.
That's a pity.
We
So-
should learn how to make that.
Yes,
So
we should.
further, having had that thought, sorry, Leva, you're pretty sure that if you were to ever make universal solvent, whatever treatment is done to this container, you would need to do in order to store this stuff. So
So we need to research not just the universal solvent, but also the container.
while it still has some of the solvent in it.
now the jar
Probably.
is designed in such a way to be fairly easily pourable. So
Oh, can I get an appraisal on those 2 gems, please? So I can add them in to sheet.
sure.
I posted the information to you, Lafdul.
Yeah, I put it in Roll20. I found it.
All right. So while I'm looking that up, so you do think that you can pour it pretty easily and not like spill a whole lot, kind of thing. But yeah, it would take a steady hand in order to do that.
So
I think Lafdul
I'm
has
afraid.
the steadiest hands since he is.
And don't
has to
volunteer
have
other
a-
people.
They
Don't
can-
volunteer other people.
Yes.
Let him
They
volunteer
can,
if he
they can
wants to.
volunteer themselves if
I'm
they
not
want to.
Yeah,
volunteering.
yes,
Yes, you do.
yeah. That's kind of volunteering. That's basically.
I mean, I
it's,
can do
yeah,
it.
no, hold, you don't need to
Why?
explain.
You weren't
don't need
asked.
to explain.
You weren't asked anyway. Do not
Do
answer
we
for
have
people.
a
Anyway,
volunteer?
I'll
I
volunteer.
can do it.
I don't mind doing it because
I'll do it.
I can do it
Hang
on
on.
my other hand. That doesn't
Ockar,
have the ring of
Ockar
regeneration.
spoke up first.
okay.
Right.
All right,
Show me
Ockar,
how steady your hands are.
give me a dexterity check, please.
Okay. My dexterity is a 15, so I have a decent chance of this.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hang on. Before you start, Braxton's going to bless his hand.
4. I pass.
Oh, didn't even
Very
need
well.
that blessing from Ta.
No, that's enough. Ockar heard that and he was like, nope, 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 I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not being cursed.
All right, you go ahead and check your dexterity too.
All right, so Ockar volunteers, feeling confident in Tyr's protection of him.
Okay. Here you go.
Holds the jar and drips just a couple drips until Leva, you say, okay, that's good.
Yes, very little, but okay.
And one of you will have some sort of glass rod that you can use to stir it, I'm sure. So
Okay.
you stir it
It's
up.
using a lightning bolt
Well,
spell.
That's
We just found that prism. You could stir it with that.
No.
Braxon, are you
Braxon,
intentionally...
don't try to intentionally fail our adventure.
So, yes, let's use a glass stirring rod.
I'm supposed to be the idiot of the group, per se. You know.
The one who makes all of the foolish choices for the sake of chaos, right?
Hang on.
Yeah, man, it's part of my spiel.
Are you accusing me of out-idioting you?
No, it's more like my influence is somehow influencing you, even though I've done no such attempt to do so. I don't know how.
Well, don't forget that Ptah created your god.
Oh, go away.
All right, so Ockar, you stir it since you're the one who poured it, and you can try. Someone can try cleaning one of these panels with that.
I'll do it.
All right. So you carefully dip a. There's no damage to the glass rod, having diluted the solvent. You stir up the. Having stirred it up, you dip a cloth in, just a rag, maybe one of the things that you would use to oil your armor, and then begin polishing one of the brass panels, again, much the same way that you would with armor. And that is just like instantaneously taking the corrosion and patina off and leaving just a glistening bronze, almost like new panel behind.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to say that you used up 5% of the universal solvent, just for ease of keeping track of this.
Okay.
Nice.
And you're pretty sure that the diluted container that you have will cover cleaning all of this, and it'll actually make it a lot easier than you were expecting.
Okay, I'll work on cleaning the panels then.
Okay.
David. Just get them all nice and shiny.
All right.
Imagine Ockar has a buffing song. It's like cleaning armor.
I just started singing in Norse, in Nordic. None of you can understand.
You know
me.
how you get like those Viking chants when they're like rowing or something, you know, like rowing songs. It's like there's got to be like a cleaning one for Ockar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just entirely in Nordic, and you can't understand a word I'm saying.
I like that. All right.
I want to come up with like a war chanting spell actually. But...
That would probably be a combat sphere spell, though.
Yeah, I know, and also I can't get the right spear for it.
Okay, so while Ockar is cleaning that, the rest of the party can take care of things. You can, if you haven't already, you can cast any remaining spells that you want. Lafdul, you studied those gems. You are pretty sure that those are.
Not even needing to appraise or gem cut. No, appraise.
I rolled.
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled.
Okay.
Because if you get it wrong, if you
Yeah.
There's a chance for wildly misappraising it. Corner Pine, I will type that in. 50 gold pieces each.
Oh.
Hmm?
I mean,
it's
to an average person, 50
each.
gold gems, like that's like a week's wages or more.
Yeah.
It's like changed to us.
It's just some random find, so it's still good.
Is this for the panels?
No, these are the two
No,
gems that were
gems.
found last session.
Oh, the gems. Okay.
Yeah, the gems I found from the gelatinous cube.
Okay. And Ockar would probably finish up getting all those cleaned after all of the spellcasters would have gone to sleep. So you can go ahead and change up your spells, and in the morning take a look at those panels and think about, decide what you want to do. Lafdul, did you have any remaining hit points from fire or acid that weren't going to be healed up by...
No, it was because you said that you can use healing spells to target that damage first.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I was healed, so I should be at full.
Okay, then yeah, you'll be at full. And
So
everyone
I'm
else will
adding-
gain 1 hit point overnight. Okay. Alright, so the next morning, after you guys have taken your time, gotten your breakfast, regained spells that you need, please do let me know roughly how long that's going to take as well. You are able to look at those bronze panels, and...
Oh, were they magical, by the way?
No, they weren't.
Alright.
Did you cast that before or after the solution was used on them?
He did cast
during.
it before, since he used it on the container to find out that the container has
Right.
Yes, I guess
Right,
maybe
so that
a
would've
little
been
towards the end of...
That would have been before, and no, there was no magic on them at all. All right, so you look at them the next morning, and you notice, first of all, that there are some repeated images. So clearly only a subset of this has the message. Like, you have all these panels, and it's only like half of them. Like, you might have 2 copies of the same message kind of thing. They are. You do not notice any words at all on them, like anything that you recognize as written words. They seem to be highly stylized pictographic scenes. And there are humanoid figures in each one, but they're strange looking, also highly stylized, like angular and stuff like that. But also like they have no obvious head in the drawing. So
For me, it's 5.5 hours
Okay.
for the spells.
Okay.
Pretty sure I'm not that long. Sorry, I'm brightening. I am so.
Yeah, it's okay.
2 hours, 10 minutes for labor.
Okay.
I'm Well, no, I can't. I've got to hold on to the lock. I was putting it onto the departure, just I don't need to hold on to it, but someone still needs to hold on to it until we get back to the ship.
All right. So looking over these, there's a series of images, and putting them back in the order that they were on the wall, you see a humanoid figure standing in front of a chest-high object, and then the next scene is this humanoid figure standing in front of that same object, but holding a crystal or prism in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next panel has them putting, standing in front of a small pool and putting the prism inside the pool and then taking it out again. And upon doing so, there's the icon used for the prism or crystal has changed. And then the final panel has the pyramid placed on top of a pyramid or pointed object that's also about chest high. And this also further changes the object. And it's like every time one of these steps is done, there's like more rays or lines coming off of this object. And then the final image is holding the object up over the figure's head, and there's like a beam or something coming out of the prism and striking what is obviously supposed to be a wall or panel or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then that panel opens. And that's the message.
So, the thing with the water, does it look like one of those things with the coloured water?
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
You have no idea whatsoever.
I'm thinking that we need to dip this prism in both of those water founts.
So you've seen 2 of those, and these panels show 6.
So
Dipping
there
it
should
in
be
6
more.
objects, 6 pools.
But there's only 2 here. It might be that
We'll obviously need to go down to the 3 floors below.
Yeah, could be. There's only 2 that we found. The others are probably spread. Well, we could go under the water.
Oh, yeah, there might be water tunnels that lead to the other pools.
there is that one door that we haven't tried to open yet.
The magic one?
Well, the door itself is not magic, but what is behind the door radiates magic.
Oh, sorry. Alright, never mind. I lost the opportunity.
I think we should try that door.
Vordon says, there are other ruins. Perhaps
That's
not
also
everything
true.
is here.
That's also true. You did, if I remember correctly, you did talk about another set of ruins that we were meant to go after this one.
Yes, that would make sense. If you can't complete this process here, then that would fit the message we received from our god. That
Well,
we have to
before we
go
go
to
to
the
another
other.
ruin, I want to go back down and get those Ankeg carapaces.
Wait, didn't we
Indeed,
do that
we still need to investigate these pools with the prism as well. So yes.
Yeah. So I think we should, for today, we gather the Ankeg carapaces, search that one room that Finn detected those few magic traces before his detect magic ran out, and try to open that one door, and also use the prism on those fonts. Is that good for rest of you?
Yeah.
I
What
hear
about the
one
rest of the
yes. I
party?
don't hear other yeses.
Sorry, can you clarify that?
Fetch the Ankeg carapaces, search that one room with the magic signs that Finn detected, but we didn't have time to search.
Right.
And use the prism on the fonts and try to open that one door that has a magic radiating from behind it.
Yeah.
And get down the pools to see what's whether there's anything behind them.
That's true. Yeah, I'll be happy to search the pools. But
Mm.
yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
So that's 2. Lafdul and
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm fine with it.
Mhm.
I'm just changing up my spell side to step away, so I was a little bit late coming back.
I'm fine.
okay.
All right. So you head back down into the ruins. Where do you want to go first? What do you want to do first? And keep in mind that anything that you search goes faster with more people. So.
I think we could go, and I have detect magic, so it should be fast to find those 2 magic traces that Finn found.
All right.
In that one room.
So
And then after that, take the Ankeg carapaces.
all right. Which that's all pretty close. You guys just want to work your way up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I guess I can just move you up there into the general area.
Yeah, I was going
I'm
to say.
casting Endure Heal myself because it lasts like 9 hours, 12 hours, whatever.
Okay.
So I get to negate the first 10 fire damage I take.
Right. So, what have we got to do first? Work
I
on the
can use-
Ankeds.
Yeah.
Well, you can start working on them, and I use detect magic to see the magic traces in this room.
Right. So, what are we doing with them? Rendering them out?
We're trying to salvage the carapaces so they can be used to make armor.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
So, how do we want to do that? Is that like leatherworking or armor or what, Ald?
I think since it would be hunting with Finn, so I think what you're gonna do is you're gonna recover as much as you can, and then next session when Finn's player is back, we'll roll to see how many of them were actually recovered intact. Since you'd have to do the work anyway, and it's only then that you find out whether you did a good enough job.
Okay.
Yeah. I was wondering if while they were praying, Braxon will be able to improvise wedges and stuff to help leverage off the panels or something.
To help what?
To help lever off the panels from the Ankeds. Because it's
the carapaces, yeah.
Yeah, it's like exoskeleton, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mostly it's going to be more along the lines of like scraping out the insides.
Oh, right. So would Braxton be able to make some sort of spoon type things out of wood, so we don't. You know,
You'd probably need to be using specialized tools rather than stuff.
Okay.
Stuff Finn would
Fair
have
enough.
or be able to help you.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Okay, I will shut up and get on with it then.
All right. So let's see. I think I said that one of those for sure was not going to be intact.
The one that got burned.
Yeah. So let's see. That is.
How about if we chop that one up first so we can see what the anatomy's like?
I think it got burned to ashes.
Oh, right. If there's nothing left, then yeah, fair enough.
Well, two were ruined. One was burned, and the second one was dissolved by acid.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got one large and 3 small.
Yeah.
So just make that note, and we'll have Finn roll hunting for each of those to see if they were. See what could be recovered, essentially. And I'll say that probably requires most of the party to.
How do I spell Ankeg?
Ankheg.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so that takes most of the party's help as well. And then you want to do some searching. So who's going to help out searching? You guys can move your tokens around.
Yeah, I'm doing inventory management for the group, so I'm a little.
Okay.
I'm casting detect magic in the room.
I think Braxon would be doing mostly work on the Ankek.
Yeah, I'd be leading the Ankeg work.
Well, that takes most of the party. So then when you're done, then you can start doing searching together.
Ah, right. Okay, fair enough.
Because there were 4 Ankegs, and some of them are pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're casting detect magic in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Okay, so using detect magic, you do need to you need a lot of help moving the debris in here. There's heavy stone, like the remains of stone shelving, stone tables, metal objects that have now rusted. You suspect metal chairs, metal tables, that kind of thing. And they're like, those are now like rusted hulks, and they need to be pried open or hacked apart or something like that to get to stuff inside. But you finally do make your way through that stuff, finding the objects you've. With detect magic, it makes it a little bit easier in that you don't have to. You're not on any like wild goose chases for the stuff. But what you do find, and I will send you these descriptions in a moment. You find a glass jar with a metal cap filled with yellow sand. A pale blue translucent cube about an inch on each side. A 4-inch long silver figurine of an open-mouthed fish. A glass vial filled with a brownish-yellow viscous liquid. A ceramic jar with a rich purple oil inside. A glass flask with a brilliant yellow liquid. A glass vial with a gray liquid with pink swirls. Glass vial with an opaque golden liquid. And a glass vial with a bright blue milky liquid. And I will go ahead and paste those in.
Sounds like an alchemy workshop or something.
That was quite a good find.
Was this all in one place or in various places?
That was all in
a box.
No, it was all over the chamber. You had to move heavy stuff to get to it all, cut apart.
So this does seem like an alchemy
rusted metal, not rusted wood.
Alchemy and 2 magic items.
Should probably
Okay.
search this place for secrets while we're in here.
These
Something
rooms
that's-
are so heavily damaged that either any secrets that you think would be around would either be permanently inaccessible because of the ruination, or very obvious because of like erosion and stuff like that. So
While there are no more magic items or secrets, there still might be some more gems or something along the rubble. So searching these rooms a bit more carefully is not bad idea per se.
okay. Yep.
Got something I want to check out.
Mhm.
These pedestals.
Yeah.
Braxon wants to have a good look at how big they are, and then he wants to go back down to these 2 rooms
Mhm.
and see if these things here might be something that's hiding the pedestal underneath. That, is that like those bases that was in the other room that we took apart?
No, so the columns in these rooms up here are representing statues.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but the bit in the middle.
right, I know, but what I mean is so the statues here in these 2 rooms, the ones that were intact came to life and attacked you.
Yeah.
And the one up here is completely shattered. It was a larger statue as well. And the one up here, where the rest of the party is, that one is half carved.
Oh, I thought that was where we saw the bowls.
The bowls.
The coloured water bowls.
No,
or is the coloured water bowls in these rooms?
That's these. Yeah, you just pinged one of the fountains.
Right. Okay. So, all right.
There's only 2 in here.
Fair enough. Yeah, but we're looking for 4 more. So Braxton's going to check them out, and he's going to come back to here, and he wants to check to see if this could be built on top of a coloured water bowl to conceal it.
Okay. You don't think so, because what you have here are the feet of the statue.
Right. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Also, it's most likely that we have to search the rest of the fonts from another ruin, and the Grafs did have another ruin for us to go after this one.
That's certainly possible, but also this one over here, that one, it's half carved, so theoretically it could match what you're looking for. So do you want to try and move it, see what you find underneath it or something like that? Or break it open, see if there's anything inside of it hidden?
Yeah, if it's not holding up the ceiling, then
no, it's not.
Braxton will try to move it out of the way.
Okay.
He'll try non-destructively if possible. So what is it? Part of a statue?
Yeah, it's an unfinished statue.
Right. Okay. He's going to try his best not to destroy it, but if he can't do it without destroying it, he'll destroy it.
Okay. It's extremely heavy. You might need to use your rod to push it, and that would probably topple it over.
Okay. Yeah.
Couldn't you get the Gravs to lighten it up or something?
Yeah. Do you want to ask them to do that?
Yeah, Braxton will ask the Gravs if they can help.
Okay.
Lighten this so he can shove it out of the way.
All right. So they concentrate on it, and after a couple minutes, Vordon nods at you and says, "You should be able to move it now."
Brax is going to try and push it rather than whacking it with a rod.
Okay. Well, it wouldn't have been
roll
whacking.
10.
It would have been using the like extending the ladder out and pushing it that way. But
oh right, okay.
Like basically using it as like a battering ram.
Yeah.
So it is light enough that you can actually lift it and move it. Underneath it is just floor.
Right.
This is clearly going to be carved in the end. You're able to tilt it over with some help, and it's just flat on the bottom. That still does leave the possibility that one of these water basins is inside of it. But you also
Okay.
don't see any seams.
Yeah.
Is this
Okay.
possible this could be an unfinished one?
Yeah, this is clearly unfinished. It's clearly an unfinished statue. Whether it was going to be turned into some sort of golem or not, you don't know. But it's clearly an unfinished statue.
Yeah. So I'm thinking how to chip away without breaking the water thing inside.
You need a soften earth and mud, probably.
That
so-
only works on unworked stone.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I keep forgetting this has worked.
Right. Braxon's going to tell the others he's wondering if there's a water basin hidden inside this thing.
Oh, actually, isn't Gemva... What's his trade? Because obviously he's a pickaxe, he a stoneworker.
Vordon's a noble.
Fordon. Sorry. Oh, is he?
Yeah, I mean if you ask him to, he'll take his pickaxe to it and.
Oh,
try
are
to
you
chip away
a
at it.
skilled craftsman, or is this beyond your jurisdiction? I suppose I don't know what's the right word without being offensive.
All Grav are skilled with stonework, he says very, a bit arrogantly and confidently.
Well, if you want to get inside, we will need to destroy it more or less.
Yeah.
So why don't we ask him? Would you mind taking it apart? We want to see what's inside.
Yeah. Well, Braxton will tell it what we're looking for, so that he doesn't just smash it straight down the middle.
Well, that might be the right thing to do.
All right. He steps forward and says, well,
anyone got a
this may take a
stoneworking
little
chisel?
bit of time, but let me get to it. He hefts his
Thank you.
pickaxe and starts picking away at it, like hitting it real hard, studying it, hitting someplace else kind of thing. And it's clearly like he's trying to create cracks in a specific way so that it
Yeah.
breaks where
Does he need
wants
like
it.
pegs or something? Because I got like pitons that would help in that manner.
No, his pickaxe is clearly doing better than a normal pickaxe would.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine if it's made of adamantine, let alone any enchantment.
Braxton says, I can go see if I can find one of those things underwater. That pool.
Things.
Yeah, one of the bowls.
What does then it got washed away?
Well, no, there might be a room down there that's under the water. I mean, I could only see what looked like a river, but we didn't spend much time down there.
The problem is you might get lost.
We could go together and have a check.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get another rust monster.
Anyway, this time she has 2 water breathing spells. So there.
All right. Well, Vordon, it takes him about a half an hour, but he does manage to crack it open in such a way to
It's like peeling an
minimize,
egg without-
like not have it just like crack and fall down apart and shatter and everything like that. So he's like taking it apart, portion by portion, kind of thing, and. When he finishes and puts his pickaxe back in his belt, he turns to you, Braxon, and says, "I'm pretty sure that this is just solid stone."
Thank you. Well,
He's completely
that's
taken
theory.
it apart at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's just chunks.
Okay.
Thank you. I thought it was unlikely, but it.
It's good to
one was
check. It's
near-
good to check.
Yeah, would have been a mistake to go halfway around the world looking for another one that's hidden here, plain sight.
Well, it wouldn't be
Right,
halfway
so-
around the world. It's a different world that you'd be going to.
Yeah. But we need 6, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So we're only going to 2 places, aren't we?
Well, there might be hints to go to the
There might be.
someplace else in the next place.
Yeah. So, do you want to go explore the
Yes.
sea?
Who else
Was it-
wants to come with? The spell is. It can be cast on several people.
Do you have free action underwater by your work? Does your helmet confer that to you? As per the spell. Does that right? Is that on your item description?
Hang on.
Because free action tends to let you swim unhindered and fight unhindered underwater.
I don't have a sheet for it.
Would he know this old if it does or doesn't?
You've
By
used
now,
it underwater.
Yeah. All I
Didn't
know
he?
is
Didn't he actually fight underwater with it? Just once or twice.
Yeah, I always thought you should have known by now. It's been years.
well, there might be things it can do that Braxon hasn't done. All he's done is
Yeah.
go underwater with it.
Yeah, but you
Well-
would know if you're being hindered at all. That would be fairly apparent.
It does not appear to give a free action underwater.
Yeah, well. I mean,
I have to admit that not dying is kind of good.
Yeah.
no, I was
It also
thinking
gives
if
you
you're-
greater visual acuity underwater than you normally would if you're just opening your water your
Ockar.
house underwater.
Yeah.
Are you going with the water team or not? Or are you staying up? Because I was thinking
I don't
about.
imagine I'll be very good underwater since I'm wearing heavy armor and all.
No, well, you've got a ring that allows you to move without being hindered at all entirely.
I guess, yeah. I guess I'll go with them.
I was going to say lend your ring to Braxon, but if you're going, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll go with them.
I do not have free action memorized. It was just a thought.
Before going underwater, shouldn't we check the one door we haven't opened yet?
Okay.
And possibly use the fonts with the prism.
I mean, we can do, I guess.
All right.
Was it so that you needed to
Oh, the
use
door was this door.
Yeah, the one door that's unlocked.
Was it so in the bronze tablets that you need to use the prism in all 6 fonts before you use it to do what it was meant to do?
You have no idea. You're unsure.
So based on the picture series in it.
Well, but
Correct.
you the image showed the prism being used on all the pools first. Yes, but is that just more of a this is how we expect you to do it versus this is how you can do it kind of thing?
Braxon says, do you know, I didn't notice if those panels make it clear that you have to use the fonts in any particular order.
Considering that they were basically line drawings, and it was like there were differences in how they were drawn, the pools were drawn, but exactly what that means, you're not sure. Like you could infer that probably means that each of those was a different color, or some other difference, but you don't know enough about their culture and how they depicted things to say, this one is red, this one is blue. So
we are basically just have to go with the gut feeling of just using these two here and then trying to find the rest.
It sounds silly. We should have tried identifying that prism.
Well, I feel like our best bet is to start with the color red, and then go from there.
What colors did we have? We had blue, red. What was the other one?
Blue in this room and red in the room with the door that we haven't opened.
I have a gut feeling that red might be the best place to start.
Well, we did find the prism next to the blue.
When you say the room's blue, it wasn't emanating. It was just emanating like an aura, right?
The water was glowing.
Did any of us use detect magic on the water?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was elemental earth and was it
Oh.
creation?
Was that only
I
with the blue
think
one?
it was
not the red
elemental
one?
water in creation.
Yeah, elemental water and creation.
This
Did anyone check that with the red one?
Yeah, I think so.
this room that we couldn't get into, I seem to remember seeing the back of it. I'm going to see if I can get around the back of it.
Which room?
Well, this room here that we haven't been in yet, I can see like here, like a corridor.
That's something most likely you shouldn't be able to see.
Maybe.
But I would, due to the fact that we found it next to the blue room, I would suggest using
see
it
anything.
first on the blue room.
Were there any markings on the door that had the magic behind it that gave any clues?
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Braxon.
The-
No, sorry, Braxon.
I can see a bit of stuff here. Maybe you revealed it by mistake.
No, this is all automatic, and if you're seeing that, then it's probably a bug in the system.
That's destroyed terrain down there. Well, broken in walls.
It's bug in the map.
Okay, but about my question, the door that was like over here, I think, did it have any marks on it?
Oh yeah, that's the door we haven't checked.
Sorry. Ping it again?
One where I'm next to.
No,
I did go through it and it was completely caved in. There was just enough space for basically for me to stand in there.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a mirror? If these rooms are like mirrors of each other, then there's a good chance that there might be another one of those clay golem things in that room, even though it's caved in.
It, like I said, there was just enough room for me to stand, and it was completely caved in.
So, Lafdul, you'll notice that there's 2 doors here. But you're pretty sure that the only doorway that you noticed was over here. Like, this part over here is...
So not symmetrical.
Yeah, they're not perfectly symmetrical. They're not mirrored.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you basically only went through... Like, you've barely been through that area and this area entirely.
We've not really searched many of the rooms.
Yeah,
no, you have not at all.
We
and I'm pretty sure
haven't
that you're
searched
completely
that.
forgetting all the descriptions that I gave you of them, too.
Yeah,
well,
I think here there was some broken pots and clay ceramics in here that we didn't search through yet in this area.
Oh, it's a shame we can't do like
That is north of the blue pedestal.
Don't forget that door's trapped. No.
I've got a bit of the map I've not been to yet, so I'm going to go up there. In this natural bit.
It would take us the majority of the day to actually fully search all like the worked areas, correct?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, pass. Okay.
I think that is something we should do.
Yeah. Well, the question is, do we do it before or after the door?
Well, we can do it before the door, or after. It's all the same to me.
I can see if I can try to open a door and just see what happens.
You do have the knock ability, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm just... Yeah, I will just see if I can use my actual abilities to open the door. I didn't get any traps, but it doesn't mean there's not a trap past the door.
I used find traps.
Yeah, well, some traps can be
before,
obfuscated for that. I will try to open. I use my Thieves' Tools and I will use my last reroll.
Okay.
I believe it's last reroll I've got.
Alright, let's go ahead and remove that from the list. Okay, and 90 you said?
Mm-hmm.
Bad die. Stop going on the floor.
I heard that there, rolling for a while. And you're like on carpeted floor then?
No, it's carpeted, but I roll into a box.
Ah.
And it bounced out of the box. Okay, so, Lafdul, you plant yourself down in front of the door, and you start working at the lock. Taking some of what you've learned, you do manage to finally, with a very satisfied snick, unlock that door. Finally unlock one of these doors.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Oh, he collapses on the ground, just arms outstretched, just lying on the ground. Yes, finally, I'm not entirely worthless.
All right, so inside of that room, you see a marble dais with a golden pyramid placed on the center, right up against the back wall. It's a fairly large pyramid, and it's very tall. So it's at least 3 feet tall, but with a base that's only about 2 feet wide. You also see on the walls, since you haven't stepped in yet, you can see just the edges of some heavily corroded bronze.
Just look around the sides, that's about it. I'm not going in.
Bronze panels.
Yeah.
If you
Do
need
they
it, I can cast the find traps on the room.
Actually, does find trap work through doors as a block in the first material it comes in contact with?
It wouldn't show the traps in the room if there's door in front of it.
This room is heavily magically had like a massive magical aura. I can cast find traps. I will see if I can find traps going in first. I mean, if we got some time to kill them, I will do so.
All right, hold on a second. First, Braxon is searching something, and I'm not sure where he's searching.
He's filling out the map.
Yeah, I'm on the map. I'm here.
Okay, that's where Finn found detected magic, and you guys searched already.
Oh, okay.
If you want to search further, because like Solas cast detect magic in there and was just like, okay, search in that spot over there. I detect something over there, search over there, that kind of thing. So it was pretty targeted search rather than a general search. So there might be more stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm thinking all these bricks that have fallen down, just like pick them up and stack them in, say, this corner.
Well, right, but there's a lot of debris in that chamber. The smashed stone tables, shelves that collapsed.
We can
tons of rusted metal, things like that. That again, Solas was able to direct you to specific spots to find some things.
I will call the party to me.
Okay.
Whether or not they come, it's up to them.
I've
opened the door, or yell, so it is loud.
This cave to the north, is this all natural?
Yeah, you're pretty sure that the Ankegs carved that out. Most of it. Some of it may have been like natural pockets and stuff like that they. Then...
So, I'm figuring that if Braxon picks up rubble and just chucks it in this corner, that he can try and clear out the rubble that's might be on top of things carefully, and then that'd obviously take ages. But he'd be able to get down to floor level or get down enough that we know there's nothing under it.
Okay, so you're going to do that one.
I'll do that until. Yeah.
Okay.
I will cast detect magic to try to figure out what the kind of magic the room radiates.
Yeah, the pyramid itself is radiating extremely strong alteration magic.
Nothing else seems to radiate magic in there.
No, but the pyramid is also very, very strongly enchanted, and that could be overwhelming other lesser radiances.
Yeah.
If you got alterate, you cast the wizard version.
It was the priest version.
Oh, sorry. Creation.
I will also cast the find traps so that we can search the room faster.
I was gonna try.
Yeah, but we need to hurry up.
Do we?
The spells run out.
Braxon is here.
Yeah, but spells ran out and we have to search quite a lot of around.
We had no spells cast until you started casting spells.
There are
Yeah,
no
but
traps in
again,
Uh,
no traps. So this room has similar bronze plate paneling that the other room had.
Mm-hmm. You step in and
Cool.
die. I mean, no. All right, so you step in.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
If there's no traps, I step in. Just to be sure, I will look the roof before I stepping in. Or ceiling.
Nothing has to specifically be a trap to be a trap, per se.
Things
I mean-
that you might recognize as a trap as a player, like a piercer or a slime on the ceiling, is not detected as a trap.
Yeah, I was thinking that prism could just transform you into another creature or something. You wouldn't necessarily be a trap. Just your presence being within the proximity. Would they?
Yeah.
Would it?
Well, he stepped in
I
and
did
nothing
step
happened,
already.
so...
No, I'm just wondering mechanically, would that register as a trap? If you understand my thought.
If it is
process.
intended as a punishment, then that is probably going to detect as a trap. If it is not intended as a punishment, then no, it would definitely not detect as a trap.
Okay.
Are those bronze plates in similar condition that
Yeah,
the other room had? Okay.
You'd have to clean them. From what you can see,
So-
you suspect that they're probably similar. There may be
Yeah.
different information, or there may be the same information.
Well, that is something that I would suggest that we check before leaving this room completely. But is this pyramid similar that was in the plates?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it
Oh,
okay,
doesn't
that's
look like it.
that prism and those fonts and the pyramid are is the answer. So most likely then.
How big is that prism? Pyramid.
The pyramid is about 3 feet high, and it's a very
Oh.
tall pyramid. So the base
It's
is
not going in
only
my bag.
no, and it appears to be anchored solidly to the pedestal.
So we have to come back.
Oh, what is it with these?
Is the pedestal? Was it so in those bronze plates that the pedestal opened once the prism was used on the pyramid, or?
No, it just seemed to do something to the pyramid. I mean, to
Okay.
the prism.
Did the
Right.
prism change colors?
The prism's in an extra dimension at the moment, so.
You can't tell. The panels had no color to them, so you would need some cultural information that you don't have to determine how
Let's
that was
just
working.
put the prism in one of them and see what happens.
Yeah, Lafdul, use the prism on the blue one first and then the red.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Can't Lafdul decide that on his own?
I will do it anyway. Yeah, I know he shouldn't do it, but sorry. I'll just do it. Alright, what happens to me?
Alright.
Anyone gonna back me up being nearby? No? Alright.
Finn, Vordon, and Genville will come. They're curious about this.
I don't know if Braxon can hear.
I've been
He
shouting
called.
this.
Yeah, he called. He shouted loud
Okay.
enough for everyone to hear.
All right,
But
Braxton will go looking for him. Where is he?
I'll say the blue
Leva,
room.
Ockar, and Braxon just decided to keep doing what they were doing. All right, so
There you are. All right.
Lafdul, you pull the prism out and dip it into the blue pool.
Yes, I wish I had my augury spell memorized. Oh,
Okay.
well.
Are you wearing any gloves or anything like that?
Yes, I am wearing some standard black leather gloves.
Okay.
Because apparently wearing silk gloves is really bad if you're holding weapons, so.
So just non-magical gloves. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you dip the. Are you just like dipping the prism in, or are you just soaking it? Like get the whole thing in. It will all fit.
I just very slowly submerge it in.
Okay. So you submerge the prism, and and the glow in the chamber brightens momentarily and then returns to normal. You do feel a distinct tingling in your fingers, not like a shock, just like a tingle.
Oh, that's what happened last time.
And your gloves are completely soaked.
Yeah. Oh, I might have to not mix the water.
Does my
Ew.
is my detect magic still on?
Probably not, because you guys were looking through that room pretty carefully and studying this stuff.
I would have if I had the time, I would have checked if the radiation of magic on the prism changed.
You wouldn't have had time. You were studying that room for a bit.
I will cast mine.
Okay. Are you taking the prism out and then casting it?
I will cast the spell, then take it out.
Okay. So you put it in, take your hand out to cast a spell, and then put your hand back in to pick up the prism, correct?
I'm sensing there's an order of operations that needs to be very meticulous here. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you cast a spell, and initially you don't see anything different. Then you reach in and take out the prism, and the magic emanation on the prism is definitely different.
Oh, but it's still indeterminate, but it's just different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's done something to it, but I can't tell.
Give me
let's go
an
put it in the other
intelligence
one.
check first.
Braxon says, "Has it changed colour?"
Well, I mean, everyone can see it because I'm holding it out.
It's slightly the magic emanation from the prism is slightly more intense than it was before. And yeah, the prism is glowing pale blue.
Right. So every pool we put it in, it might be adding colour to the prism.
Well, here's a thought.
That was what the bronze panels told us.
What if I put it back in?
You can try it.
Yeah, I'll put it back in.
All right.
Wait.
There's a bright light again.
Oh, no.
And are you going to take the prism out?
I'm going to leave it in there for a minute.
Okay.
Around.
Well, sorry, the intensity of the pool's light is bright, again, just like it was before.
It's not having any deviation. It's just the same mechanic, as far as we can tell.
I mean,
we might have ruined the puzzle.
It did the same thing, like, it did the same thing again, basically.
All right, I take it out.
Okay. The prism is not
Still
glowing
same.
Put it back in.
All right, I put it back in again. Fair time.
I mean, Ockar, you're not here. I don't know where you are, but you're not here.
Why not to go and put it on the altar?
All right, so you dip it back in to get the blue glow back on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does it have the blue go again?
Yep.
Oh, all right. So if you put it in the wrong thing, it cancels it. So there's an order of what way you got to put them in.
Well, let's go try the red.
Or you just can't put the same multiple times.
Yeah, could be. All right, I'll go to the red one. Everyone gather up.
Okay.
Okay.
Since the panels itself or the plates suggested that it picks up color from each of the font.
Where's that other wizard?
Right.
Other wizard?
Lever.
Hmm.
Where are you?
Here.
Where's here? I don't see you. That's why I'm asking.
She's invisible, clearly.
Oh.
No,
We
she was
went to the other room.
The other room is...
The one
The
with
red
the red
Which
font.
is then up.
Left.
It's
Okay.
West.
West.
directly left.
Alright, so yeah, I will dip it in the prism thing.
Okay.
Well, font.
All right. The red glow from the pool brightens significantly for a moment. And then you pull out the prism.
Yep.
All right. It is now swirling with red and blue shades. It's just like a slow swirl, kind of like a lava lamp kind of thing, and that's the speed.
Yeah.
So it's
But they
taking.
appear to be swirling on the surface, not like inside.
Yeah, that's what the bronze plate suggested, that it takes a color from each of the fonts.
So
How many fonts were there?
6.
Ooh.
let's try going underwater and seeing if that takes us anywhere.
It could literally be left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Or
So,
it just
right, left, right, left.
or it just doesn't care about the order as long as you use it on different fonts each time.
Alright, I will go back to the blue one and see what happens.
No, don't.
Don't!
Why not?
Since that will most likely just take the blue out.
Yeah, well, that's how we
Or
figure it
cancel it
out.
out entirely.
Then I just reset it.
But there's risks in these kinds of things. Magic is fickle.
Yeah, but Lafdul, at the same time, Lafdul wants to verify this. He's holding the prism.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it'll just cancel out. We'll just have to reset the thing. I think it will tell us for certain if we cannot use these 2 fonts after the first 2.
All right.
Which I think we're all hypothesizing is the case, but we don't know.
All right, so you're going to dip it back in the blue one?
Yep.
All right. Again, the same blue glow, the bright blue glow for a moment, and then you take it out, and the prism is just
Dull
red.
Oh. Alright, and I wait a moment, put it back in, see if I can reacquire the blue.
All right. And when you take it out again, now the red and blue are swirling together.
Alright.
Okay.
We do need to find different fonts.
The only path we have right now is the door with magic behind it or taking it underwater.
No, that we've done.
There are graphs did say that their god directed us to another ruin after this one.
Yeah, but we haven't checked out the water passages yet.
Well, before we take this down to that level, we should check out the level and see if there's anything like a font that's buried down there.
I think we should. Well, yeah, I'm not disagreeing, but I think we should search this entire complex fully, and then we do the underwater place. Then we move on to the next ruins. I think that should be the order of operations.
So searching fully would take days.
Yeah, days. No, I mean only the worked areas.
Yeah, even so, even the worked areas is days.
I still think we should go under. We still haven't checked out the underwater passages, have we?
We did a little bit.
You want to do the underwater bit next then?
We did a little bit, and we found that it links into an area where there's a flowing current. So that would be a natural river. So we can't really go that way. But
we have. Sorry, carry on.
I was going to say it's possible that there might be 1 or 2 rooms down there that are worked rooms that have been flooded. So we can go down there enough to eliminate the possibility that there's anything that's not natural down there.
Yeah,
and then write that off.
And have we determined that the door with magic behind it can't be opened at all right now?
Lafdul already opened it.
Then what was behind it?
There's pedestal with
pyramid.
Golden pyramid that is attached to it, and it radiates strongly magically. And also panels on the wall, similar panels that was in the other room with the prism, but they might contain different hints.
Yeah, so we need to.
But we need to clean them.
Well.
Yeah, I'm pinging the room that was there.
Which one of these 2 either of these grabs a priest? I know one of them was a wizard.
Yeah, Vordon's a priest.
Vordon's a priest, the other one's a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
I ask Vordon if he's able to directly communicate with his deity, i.e. the commune spell. Are you at that level of power?
Let me check. He doesn't have it memorized for sure right now. I just need to double check.
No, it's just because obviously we're doing a quest, and I was just thinking, if we get lost, it might be a way of.
Braxton's going to spend some time looking at the pyramid.
We have already tried that. That is how we gained the information that we provided you. He does not like being disturbed frequently. Unfortunately, he will not reveal more information than he already has. If he wanted us to know it, he would have given it to us. If we discover something new, then maybe he will give us another answer, but I do not believe we have discovered enough new that he would give us more at this time.
All right, that answers my question, I suppose. To the
But
underwater.
yes,
then.
he can do commune if you give him preparation time and stuff.
Yeah.
Ald, how is this pyramid attached?
Actually, hold on a
Yes.
second. I might be wrong. Sorry.
Is it sculpted?
Braxon's wondering if it might be a sign that Patar was in this crystal sphere.
According to you, Patar's been everywhere, so...
Yeah, I mean...
We has.
So there's no deduction there.
You have
No,
no,
well,
idea how it's attached, but you cannot move it. Like, if
Right.
do you want to grasp it and pull it? Like, it doesn't look like it shifts at all when you step up on the pedestal.
So is it flat on the ground or
I mean, it's flat on the pedestal.
flat on the pedestal? Oh, well,
Or the
Braxon will
dais,
try.
actually.
Yeah, Braxon will try and shunt it around a bit on the dais.
Okay. So you reach out and try to push it.
Yeah.
All right. It does not, and you do feel a tingle followed by an electric shock for
Ooh!
That's the Ockar, it's got the electric resistance.
1 point of damage.
Oh.
Don't try to mess with the magic artifact that we need.
It's because Braxon is inherently unmagical. He wants anything to be magical. He wants to be magical.
Solas is starting to really worry about Braxon's judgment.
No, well, we need to take this thing with us. It's
No, we most
Why
likely have
would
to
we?
come back. Since this whole thing is most likely important.
Oh,
What are you thinking?
Something that I'll have to test out next time we go into combat.
Okay. All right. So you guys, do you want to head down into the water again, or do you want to do searching up here first, or do you want to mess around with the pyramid more?
Who wants to come down to the water?
Braxon wouldn't mind going for a swim.
It's underwater, not in the water, not swimming.
Yeah, you can still swim underwater.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's see.
Sure.
All right. Make your way all the way down south.
Oops. Okay.
It'd be nice if someone hadn't have destroyed the corridor.
Solas
But-
will search few areas in the ruins.
All right.
Wait,
so while they're
not-
okay. So Braxon.
Solas is not going underwater.
Right. Braxon, Leva, and Ockar were going underwater. Correct.
I'm going underwater as well.
You're going underwater as well. Okay. So Solas, where do you want to search?
I will first search this area that you described that had some debris, but we didn't really pay attention at the moment.
All right.
I will move my token to there.
Just checking what's outside of my pouch of accessibilities because it's going to get wet.
I'm wondering if Ockar's going to have to be able to find us.
You guys are all the way down south, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So
We've
Genva,
gone-
Vordon, and Finn will help you search Solas.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave
bef-
with Solas and Vordon and them.
And before they go underwater, Solas would suggest that they will use rope to tie each other.
Yeah, I was
Together.
worried about...
Okay.
Did someone break up?
I'll take Bjomov over to the rest of the group then. Ockar, there you go.
We should make carvings on the wall as we go Oh, okay. You're going to have a hard time seeing if you come with us because you don't have
Yeah.
improvision. I
That's
mean,
fine.
even regular improvision, I was struggling. I had to change into an aquatic elf in order to properly see.
Well, then give me one of those. Then give me one of those continual light stones or something.
Oh yeah, that's all right. I can just draw out a dagger. Continual light on it.
All
All
right, Leva,
right,
you had something
common
to say?
sense guy.
Leva,
Hmm?
you had something?
She was going to say that she has the water breathing. So,
Yeah, that doesn't help with light.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's
I've
true.
got
Okay.
2 continual light daggers, but I think Brax's got a continual light lantern, and your axe also glows. Okay,
But the axe is fire. The water will put it out.
Yeah.
does it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can use a code form on my dagger. No,
So
emanates light, but
Yeah.
Braxton does
Yeah,
have a
freeze
lantern.
the water around it while you're trying to swim.
Braxton does have a lantern, but I think his helmet.
all right. Now I'll just use it.
I think his helmet lets him see, doesn't it?
That's only you.
Your belt of dwarven kind gave you infravision.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I
the
will-
helmet also helps him to
Alright.
see underwater as well.
I will hold one of the daggers. Who wants the other dagger? Continue
Take
light. All right, Arcus got the other one.
All right. Okay, so Leva is casting water breathing on 3 of you.
We should buddy up.
That's a question. That's Braxton. Do you want to have the water breathing, or do you want to use your helmet?
helmet
I'll
lasts
have.
indefinitely.
I'll have. If the spell can be cast on more people without limiting it, I'll have it as well.
Okay.
In case I need to take my helmet off.
Well, there are
For any
4 of us. There are 4 of
But-
us going, and the spell can target 3 people.
No, the spell can be cast on several people.
But if
didn't
it-
the
Ah.
amount of people lowered the
Can I
duration?
finish?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, the total amount that it lasts is being divided by the people that it's being cast on.
Well, then skip me and just do the others because you'll all have more time.
It's a long time. It's 1 hour per level plus 1d4 hours. We're talking hours here, divided by 4 people. 3.
I'd rather have as long as we can, especially if we
Yeah.
get lost.
I think we
He
saw a
has
couple of.
I have 2 of them.
I think we saw a couple of other pools, so we could go to anywhere else with water and search there as well.
Have you
Yeah.
tried casting your spells underwater? Not all of them work.
I'm sure there's a little bit of space around where there's air to cast a spell. Anyway, you want your helmet, then you get the helmet. It's okay.
Do you want my helmet so you can cast spells? I might not be able to see.
No, it's
But you'd
better
be
you'll be able to see than we can always find another place to cast a spell.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. So, Leva, you cast water breathing on yourself, Lafdul, and Ockar.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Remove
Braxon
this PTSD image for Lafdul.
No, it's long
No.
gone, and you're not supposed to touch it anyway.
Just leave me alone.
I removed it. There you go. I'm terrible.
Laugh.
I'm terrible.
I wonder whether Leva could make herself look like one of those. She
Probably a
thinks to
polymorph
herself. No, she just thinks to herself. She doesn't voice it.
Yeah, I wasn't replying character. That was an out of game comment.
All right. So, water breathing is up. Braxon, since you've already been down there, correct?
Yeah.
Are you leading the way?
Yeah, probably makes sense.
We should buddy up.
Well, Solas did suggest tying each other, tying all of you guys together with a rope, if you want to try that.
That would
Braxton?
prevent.
Braxton, do you still have your rope?
My magic rope. I'm not
Yes.
sure my magic rope works underwater.
Do you verbally speak to it, or you mentally command it?
Yeah,
Try mentally. Try mentally doing it.
I'm pretty sure I had trouble with it underwater. Let's give it a go. We might have trouble untying
Well,
ourselves.
we can tie ourselves together outside the water.
Yeah, but if people want to untie themselves and they cut my rope, I won't be happy.
It's an act of Patar. You know, it's a very good cause.
Yeah, it's equivalent to jumping onto the back of one of
Okay.
those monsters that we saw.
I don't know if Braxon can tie multiple people with his rope, but he will command it to tie to everyone's waist.
I mean,
Waist. How about the wrist? Wrist?
no, that would mean that every time you're swimming, you're pulling at everyone else.
It has to
Okay.
be around your waist.
So Braxon, the fact that you've got it's 60 feet long.
Yeah.
5 to 10 feet of slack.
And you know, if you guys are like 5 feet apart, you got plenty of space.
Yeah.
And if you got water breathing, then you also don't need to swim that much. You can walk a lot of the places.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you tie each other. You tied the rope to each of you in line, and then
I've got all my nothing should be affected if I go in the water. Everything's inside my pouch anyway.
Okay.
Unless anyone objects. Unless anyone objects, we'll be tied in order of Braxon, Lafdul, and Ockar. So if we get in trouble, it's up to Ockar to pull us out.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so in you go. Braxon, do you want to go back to the large cavern? Large underwater cavern?
Yeah, but Braxton will check around here just in case there's any direction other than towards that cavern.
I believe I said that there were some. Did I say if there were some branching paths? No, I think the branches were up at the north.
Yeah, the first T. There was a T junction in this one.
Okay.
That's why I couldn't explore very far because I didn't want to get lost.
No, wasn't that the northern one?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was the northern one. That was the
We're going to do the northern one afterwards.
All right. I can't remember so.
All right, so you go in and swim back to the large cavern. There is definitely a current in this cavern. You can see that there are some aquatic, like there's algae and stuff like that, but of a type that doesn't need light.
I tried to speak to see how well I can speak.
You can speak.
Oh.
Because you're breathing water.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds distorted to everyone else, but they can still make out what's being said.
Can Braxon hear that through his helmet?
Yeah.
Or does his helmet? He can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
So as long as you guys are all water breathing, you can all talk to each other.
Yeah, Braxon's going to try talking back and say, "Can you hear me?"
Yep. So
well, I don't know. I think the DM assumed that we were going to reply.
Well, no, they heard you. They heard you. You heard him. It's up to you if you want to reply.
Yeah, I know. We would have.
You also see a number of fish swimming around as well, mostly smaller types. They tend to have large eyes, be fairly pale.
Are we here? Well, I guess we are in a dungeon, sort of, in a cave.
Well, the fish at least can tell us that they've come from places.
They can?
Well, the fact that there's fish in here means this empties into other places.
Sorry, we've sold our other rod that allowed us to command underwater creatures. So. Oh no, we haven't. We just didn't take it. Oh well.
Brax is going to try the current in that big room to see if it's less around the edges, or see if there's handholds where it will be possible to get to a sort of like a side passage without just being swept away.
In the large cavern, the current is fairly gentle.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Braxon, you're pretty sure you can see where the inflow and outflows in and out of this large cavern are from that current. You think that there are some other passages as well. Pretty sure you see one up on the top as well.
Oh, so another way up.
Yeah, there's a way up there. You're pretty sure.
Braxton's going to say to the others, be careful of where the water's flowing out, because you might get sucked onto that. And
it's not very close. The way up is not very close to that.
Oh, yeah.
Go up there.
All right. Braxton's going to try and swim up there if he's not too heavy.
All right. It is a lot of work, especially with Ockar and his armor, but kind of half climbing, half swimming along the walls, and with the rest of you guys helping him along, you are able to get up there.
Yeah. Could we make like a human pyramid to do that sort of thing?
No, you'd basically want to like go along the wall.
Yeah.
You do notice that there are some stalactites and stalagmites in this cavern, so at some point it was dry.
Right. Yeah, Braxon will pass that along and say, be careful in case they're monsters.
Whatever monsters are going to be down here, they need to breathe water, probably.
Oh, yeah. But if they're monsters, they might see us and decide to eat us.
Yeah, but stalagmite and stalactites don't actually mean they're monsters here. They're
natural hazards, so nonetheless.
Yes.
They do help get you around. Like you can grab onto them. So you do get up to the top passageway, and as you get close, you realize that there's air above there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Braxton's going to try and get up through there.
Okay. So you pop your head up. It's a smallish size cavern, perhaps no more than 30 feet in diameter. It smells awful, but you can pull yourself up onto the ground up there, onto the slick but not filled with water ground.
Air is probably stale, doesn't get refreshed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Braxton will put his head under and say, you better be careful here because it might be foul air. I'll go up top and I'll communicate by tugging on the rope. If I stop moving, you can yank me back down into the water.
Oh, it was nice knowing you, Braxon.
You get your rope if you die.
Mm.
All right, so you pull yourself up again. You wouldn't exactly say that the air is fresh, but it's completely breathable. It just smells terrible, like rot, decay.
Yeah, Braxton's going to have a look around, see if there's any rotted animals or anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish bones. Maybe some other bones. You guess that there's some nesting material up here. And
I feel roll for initiative coming.
You might want to get some other people up who have some light.
Yeah, I've got a dagger. I will come up. I'm behind him, and I no, Lever's behind.
No.
Lever's.
Braxton.
Nothing's jumping out at you. Nothing seems to be moving. You're hearing the dripping of water, but like you can get
the two
else
people with lights will start in the back.
Braxton give a tug on the rope to say safe to come up. Yeah, Lever be coming up next.
I'm sorry.
It's there's a lot of dead bodies here. There might be some sort of creature layering in here.
So Lever passes the tug on, and she comes out. A tug doesn't actually mean that everything is safe here. It just means come up. But so she comes up and she looks around. What does she see?
Basically the same thing that Braxon did, because you're using infravision.
Mm-hmm.
Lafdul comes up with his light source.
Okay. As you do see that there is some glinting amongst all of the nesting material and fish bones, rotted fish carcasses, that sort of thing.
Glinting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone... Oh, yeah, all right.
Braxton says, we should have brought Finn with us. He might have been able to tell us what that nest was.
And Ockar, you coming up as well?
Yep.
All right. So there's You're pretty sure that the glinting that you're seeing is mostly coppery.
Oh, right. Braxton's going to look in the nest and see if there's any eggs in it.
No, you're not seeing any eggs, but starting to sift through it, you do find a handful of copper coins. They're not in great shape. They're pretty
Hey,
old,
copper
and
coins.
they're very, very damaged by water, but I mean, you can use them as copper coins, so
They don't have any markings of.
you'd have to
anything.
clean them.
Braxton wants to put one copper coin in the water and swish it about a bit and rub his hands over it. See if he can see any of the sort of, like, some people seem to put heads of people on coins and stuff like that.
No,
Or
you
symbols of
need
gods.
to basically do the same thing that was done to the bronze plates.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, you can just use them as copper coins.
Yeah.
But you gotta like just digging through just a little bit. You got a handful of copper coins.
Yeah. Well, there's obviously a lot of copper coins in here.
Is that the only thing that's glittering?
We
You'd have
can
to
do a
do
rough-
you'd have to do like full
we'd have-
search.
How
we'd have
long would
to
that take?
Probably an hour total.
For 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
There's a
Is-
lot of refuse that you got to sift through.
Yeah.
This stuff is not
Let-
is clearly not like sorted into piles or anything like that. It's all intermixed.
Yeah.
Clever will cast detect magic. She has one detect magic.
Okay, you are not detecting any magic here other than you guys.
That was a quick wild search
Nothing at all.
section.
Oh,
Okay.
right, wild search.
You don't have to roll wild searches, you know.
Yeah. Let's have a wild search.
No wild search.
We haven't had one today.
No wild search.
Okay.
So
He's
no, you're
used
not
to the
detecting
normal.
any magic here other than you guys.
Okay. Oh, it was worth it.
Is there, like Braxton was doing in the other room, is there a space in this cave where there isn't really a significant amount of stuff there where Braxton could
Nope.
throw? So
Nope.
basically, we have to put trash on top of trash in order to move stuff around.
Or toss it down into the water.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that some stuff would float away in the water.
All the
if
heavy
it's
stuff.
small.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All
We
the
don't wanna
coins
block
would
our
go
way.
to the bottom.
No,
So
I'm not
so
talking
would
about throwing the
bones.
coins in.
So it bones.
Well, we don't need the bones, so we could just chuck all the bones down the hole, and that will get rid of them. But I'm thinking, is there anything like twigs there, or is it just?
There's decaying plant matter. There's decaying.
Kelp,
There's dead
seaweed.
fish, half-eaten fish. There's fish bones. There's bones of some
Yeah.
other creatures that you're not sure of.
It might be
You're pretty
the-
sure there's some other stuff that's unpleasant to think about, and then there's the copper
Might be
coins
the
and maybe
frog.
some other stuff.
The frog people.
So we could toss that stuff into the water. Why not?
Because if we if you throw it in the water and there's some monster at the bottom, they will notice it and they will come up to have a look. Who is sending down such nice and such delicatesses?
Well-
I'll see if he gets the frog people.
It could
They
be
were
the frog.
clearly amphibious, so they just go through the water and they probably live on the other side.
Well,
Huh? Could be.
if we don't do that, it's going to be very hard for us to sift through this to see if there's anything here apart from these copper coins.
When we got a logical reason, we should bear with the logical reason. The frogs are recent. I
Yeah.
mean, it could not be, but it's
And we
when
rid of the frogs.
when we've got an option in front of us, we should use that option.
The frogs would probably kill anything else dangerous in the area. So
Oh,
another thing might move
absolutely.
into the area. But it's only been a short amount of time since we killed the frogs. So
Yeah.
the area is probably
Safe for a while.
safe-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna search through everything.
Yeah, and basically toss stuff down,
Shoving.
make space.
All right, you quickly
out-
come to the
pull out any copper
conclusion that there is an extremely large number of copper coins here.
Yeah.
Extremely large. Oh, they like copper.
Yeah. On the order of thousands.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're not sure if you can actually carry all of it.
No.
Well, leather can in their bag of holding.
You're talking over 100 pounds worth of copper coins.
Nope. Not
Okay.
gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Okay, so what we can do is we can make Braxon can make a box when we're outside. Can come back here and fill the box up with copper coins, take them out, and then come back and get another load.
Lafdul, you're
Hello.
also pretty sure that those 2 gems that you found are worth more than all the copper coins in here.
Yeah.
I was thinking Leather could just teleport them out with her.
Well,
Yeah.
if the copper coins aren't worth much, we could abandon them.
Yeah, I don't think they are worth. I mean, those gems I found are worth more than those coppers.
So you do find
not.
some electrum pieces
Oh, I need electrum pieces for my spells.
and a few other objects of a reasonable value.
Yeah.
So you find
Nice.
2 small, polished, striated, pale green stones.
You gonna type that to me?
Yeah, I'll send
Yeah.
it to you. 1 polished yellow-green speckled stone. 3 small spherical pearls. 2 reddish-green pieces of once carved stone that have been worn smooth. So, like, you can see that this was something that was once carved. It broke, and it has been like tumbled in the water, kind of thing. So, like, you can tell that it was once carved. You can see those signs. Whatever it was, you don't know, and they're broken into 2 pieces. It's still valuable as it stands because they're pretty good sized pieces. But it's more likely going to be
Could they
taken
be
by someone-
recarved or?
They could. It'll like if you sold them,
Alright.
that would probably be what happened. But that would still take a lot of time. And you find 379 electrum pieces. So I will go ahead and give you that. You leave the copper coins and take the more valuable treasures.
Did we see any coins that were less damaged?
They're all in really bad shape.
Okay.
I will add the gems. Someone add the money. I'll do the gems.
All right.
What about those electrum pieces? Are they
they're
covered in?
split.
They're covered in dirt as well.
Well, it's not dirt. It's corrosion. It's oxidation.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just thinking they might have been made by those people without heads.
Maybe, but they're also in really bad shape. So, I mean, you can try cleaning
Right.
them, but
Got ya.
at the same
Yeah.
time, 99.999999999% of all people you will encounter in Spelljamming universe are going to be like, "Oh, hey, an electrum coin. That's worth half a gold piece. Thank you." I don't care that it was.
Yeah.
I don't care that it's 100 years old or 1,000 years old. It's worth
Yeah.
half a gold piece. So.
No, I'm not so much thinking that we'll find coin
Yeah.
collectors. It's just that we might find some clues as to the people that were in the crystal sphere in the past.
That's possible, but it would also take a lot of work to clean these, and there's no indication on right now as to whether there'd be any relevant information.
Right, so can we actually get 379 electrum pieces out of it?
Yeah.
Well, once we are done, Levi is prepared to teleport out with, let's see, a total of 250 pounds.
Yeah, 379 electrum pieces is less than 10 pounds.
Don't we?
Yeah, plus the if Braxon is gonna pack the copper pieces into a box because
Is
No,
he
it
it's
wants
worth
to.
it?
It's not.
It's not. It's not
gonna
worth
burn
it
up
because
life.
if you fail with your
Alright.
spell,
That's okay. I was just thinking of old Braxon who collected all these things.
No, Braxon got reformed a long time ago when AuldDragon slapped him around the face out of character. No, don't we want to go to that other cave before you go teleporting away? Or
Yes.
The,
No. Let's take a note of this and then just go back for the teleportation.
So, back underwater, Lafdul, you're pretty sure that this cavern connects up to the other one, and they all feel natural. Like, that one felt natural. What you've been in here feels natural. Maybe it opens up into another worked space, but like, are you really prepared to quite possibly search through an entire massive network of underwater rivers and streams? Because there are fish here. These are underwater fish. These are like subterranean aquatic, subterranean creatures. They're not surface fish.
And we're not seeing workrooms.
You have not seen any down here so far.
So this was natural caves, but the water level's risen.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can we just have one push to see if we can get to that other cave from underneath?
You can try, yeah. But at the same time, like, you're talking about a massive network of caves. Like, you can tell from down, you can tell down there that this is just part of a massive network of caves.
Okay. Well, let's take this treasure back to the entrance and then go down from the other end and see if there's anything worked down there.
Well, seeing that everything is natural and there doesn't seem to be any shall I say human interference,
that's fine.
Leva would vote that we don't waste any more time on this. Because in the end it's a waste, because we are not here. It's nice to go underwater and explore, but it's not why we are here.
Well, we got the information we needed.
Yeah, we got some gems. That's fine.
And we found a few things.
It's not a waste of time, so.
And found thousands of copper coins.
Yes.
Yeah. That you're
so all the... Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, Solas and Finn have been searching one of the other areas. So again, like, this is like ruined stone, metal tables, shelves, things like that. Pieces of pottery and glass and crystal everywhere. And you have to really dig through all of this wreckage. As well as, like, mud from some sort of water events and collapsed ceiling pieces and stuff like that. But you do find a handful of items that appear to be intact.
Okay.
You find and I will post these as well. You find a ceramic flask filled with a thin brown, sweet-smelling liquid. You find a ceramic flask filled with a steaming red viscous liquid.
Okay.
And you found a tall cylindrical metal case with a latch on it.
Interesting. So those three were the only things that we found in here.
That's the only things intact and of apparent value that you found in here, yeah.
Okay. That's already good found.
All right.
2 potions and potential magic item.
So I will send that over to you guys, and when we come back next time, you guys can meet back up together, talk about what you want to do next. Vordon and Genva will be interested in either trying something with the pyramid or going to the other world, and that their god has indicated that you guys should go to.
Mm.
They'll let you guys decide, but that's kind of what they're feeling. They're not like, especially after hearing what you've found down in the water of yeah, it's just a layer of probably that possibly those frog creatures and nothing really else. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
we think we're probably done here, other than possibly using the pyramid. All right, so let's see. Okay, let me go ahead and start tallying up some XP. All right, let's see.
So I need to run around outside because it's so hot inside the house.
We'll be
Don't know
done
about
in
you guys.
just a second.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Oh,
there. I
you
was
mean
just commenting.
when you're done? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
It'll
been
be any better out there.
It is as be wind flow because I got the windows closed there.
yeah, and like
My
when
room's stuffy now.
like it doesn't matter if it's like 70 degrees out if I open my windows, if there's no actual wind blowing, like if it's just still outside, the room I'm in just turns into an oven because there's no airflow.
No, I've got my window propped open like a door, and I've got one in the front of the house propped open like a door. There is air blowing through, and I'm still hot.
Yeah.
Throughout the game, I've been wiping myself off towels, so to give an
Yeah.
example.
I mean, it still depends on the overall temperature, but
Anyway, XP.
okay, that is going to be, and let's see.
You have Windows 10 now?
Yeah.
You upgraded, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I had to wipe out the primary hard drive and then disconnect all the other drives to install it, which is so ridiculous.
Oh.
So dumb. All right. Let's see. 935 XP for Braxon.
935.
There's no combat.
No, there was some combat.
Was there?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
With the golem.
Yeah, I wiped it out from memory. It was such a harrowing experience, clearly.
Yeah, Solas is still terrified about it.
And let's see. Ockar.
It's like all my spells do nothing.
Uh, 1185 XP for Ockar. Uh, 825 XP for Solas plus 100 for your wizard.
850.
825
25.
plus 100 for your wizard. And let's see. Um, 1325 for Leva. And Lafdul, 825 plus 500 for your thief. Okay, so pretty sure no one's super close to leveling up, so I don't think that's going to get anyone over the top.
No.
Nah, I need another 26,000.
That'll be a little ways away.
I'm going to need quite a lot.
Yeah, Braxon needs about 200,000.
All right.
Far less now. I need 207,000.
Well, sounds pretty good. All right, so when we come back next week, party will finish up here and then decide on where they want to go next, what they want to do next. Probably with a discussion with the Gravs.
Next week's Jamacon week as well.
Ah, yes. Good time to go to another world then. All right, so I want to thank you guys for playing, and we will be back next week. See you then, everyone.
Thanks for the game.
Hey, thanks for having us.